On Apple Valley News now, a new Washington law regarding cannabis use and who can go through drug testing.
And we're tracking dense fog around the area tonight, plus some showers headed our way tomorrow. All the details in your First Alert full weather forecast.
Plus a loss for those with pets as an animal emergency room clinic in Yakima closes its doors.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. A follow-up tonight, one of the drivers involved in a two-vehicle crash in Kennewick earlier in December has died. The Washington State Patrol identified the driver as 82-year-old Suzanne Kimberlin. Now, they tell us she was headed southbound on State Route 395 December 14th, turning left onto Kennewick Avenue when her vehicle and another crashed in the intersection. Again, that was on December 14th. According to the Washington State Patrol, she died on December 23rd. Troopers say the car she was in failed to yield the right-of-way to the other vehicle involved in the crash. A person suspected of murder was arrested in Walla Walla last night following a short police chase. According to the College Place Police Department, an officer tried to stop a speeding vehicle in the 800 block of Northeast Rose Street in College Place. That happened just before midnight. When the driver failed to stop, police say the officer pursued the vehicle. The Walla Walla Police Department, County Sheriff's Office, and the Washington State Patrol trooper also responded. Police say the vehicle eventually came to a stop in the area of Kenneth Street and South 4th Street in Walla Walla. They say he then ran from the area but was caught in a nearby alley. The suspect, 31-year-old Andres Solis of Walla Walla, was arrested on suspicion of DUI, attempting to elude, reckless driving, and obstruction and possession of a controlled substance. Authorities say Solis also had several warrants for his arrest, including one on a murder charge. Let's switch gears here and talk about your forecast. Stacey, we've seen just a lot of everything. What are we looking at?
Welcome to 2024, another foggy, gloomy day. And yeah, unfortunately, that's staying in play, at least for the next 16 hours or so. 40 degrees right now in our Legends Casino sky cam. Our feels like temp 37. And look at our sunset, 421, gaining 2 minutes of daylight each day going forward. All right, let's take a look at our dense fog advisory. This is in place till noon tomorrow. All across the foothills of the Blues, Dayton, Walla Walla, Pendleton, visibility down to a quarter mile of less. Plus, there could be some freezing fog on the roadways with some slick black ice in areas. Be very careful if you're traveling tonight. Look at the fog conditions. We'll start to see that break up in the Tri-Cities around noon tomorrow with those temperatures climbing up to about 40 degrees. Not a big switch temperature-wise. In Yakima, we'll see those foggy, cloudy conditions as well, starting to break up around noon. And then we start to see some showers, and we could even see some rain mixed with snow tomorrow afternoon in the Yakima area and the east slopes of the Cascades. So that fog and freezing fog in play tonight. Scattered showers through the area late tomorrow afternoon. Light mountain snow across the Cascades and even in the Blues. And then we remain unsettled Friday into the weekend. I'll get to all the details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. The state of Washington is leaving pre-hire marijuana testing in the past for most people as of today. Now, advocates wanted to make it so that using a legally allowed substance in the past doesn't stop you from getting a job in the present. You can still be banned from using marijuana at work, and your employer can also require you to get tested if there is an accident at work or if they suspect that you're under the influence on the clock. There are also some industries that are exempt from this new state law. We're going to take a closer look at that coming up tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 6. The Yakima City Council's first meeting of the new year is coming up, and their focus is on the future. One item on the agenda, funding for the Aquatic Center at Martin Luther King Jr. Park, which is a years-long effort to bring a pool back to East Yakima. The council already authorized $719,000 for operation and maintenance in the 2023-24 budget, but they're considering an ordinance to create a special fund that would make sure all revenue from the Aquatic Center stays at the Aquatic Center. It'll be a new council making that decision, with Assistant Mayor Sonia Lund and council members Eliana Macias and Holly Cousins leaving office.
As I leave this position, I am confident in the capable hands that will continue to guide our city forward. Change is inevitable. New voices and ideas bring fresh perspectives to the challenges that lie ahead.
Newly elected council members Leo Roy, Rick Glenn, and Reedy Berg will take the oath of office and vote on a new mayor and assistant mayor at the meeting coming up at 5:30 tomorrow evening. It's been over a decade since the devastating earthquake and tsunami that triggered a nuclear meltdown at Fukushima in northeastern Japan. But today, a major earthquake hit Japan's west coast, measuring in at magnitude 7.5. ABC's Rena Roy has a look at the aftermath.
We're getting a closer look at the scary moments on the western coast of Japan as a major 7.5 magnitude earthquake rattled the area. You can see the ceiling in this office violently shaking and a sign swaying overhead. Video of this neighborhood shows multiple homes collapsing, kicking up dust and debris.
It was just a violent shaking, violent shaking.
The quake hitting as thousands were visiting this shrine to mark the new year.
It just didn't feel normal. It didn't feel like the normal, you got an earthquake for, tremors for a couple of minutes. This felt more significant than that. And it felt a lot more dangerous.
People fleeing as the tremors continued.
And ironically, you go there to pray for good luck, and everybody is traditional to do it the day after New Year's, and that's why it was so crowded.
Government officials now assessing the damage, searching for anyone trapped. Tens of thousands without electricity and hundreds sleeping outside in below freezing temperatures, with at least 19 aftershocks already reported. For much of today, tsunami warnings in place not only in Japan but also in North Korea and eastern Russia. Authorities urging residents in the area to remain on alert as more earthquakes are likely. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And World News Tonight will have continuing coverage on that earthquake coming up in about 25 minutes. We have new information tonight about a Chinese surveillance balloon that was shot down by the United States government this summer. U.S. intelligence agencies say the balloon used a U.S. internet service provider to send short periodic transmissions of data to China. Now, the intel agencies believe that data was related to navigation and location. One official said the network connection was not used to transmit intelligence to China. Now, the balloon stored that information, including imagery and data, for later. In June, the Pentagon announced that the U.S. government did not believe the balloon was used to collect intel while flying over our nation. China says it was a civilian weather research balloon that accidentally got blown off course. A warning tonight from law enforcement after the cyber abduction of a Chinese foreign exchange student in Utah. Someone tricked the 17-year-old into leaving his home, making him believe that his parents were being harmed. Meanwhile, his parents got a ransom note thinking their child was kidnapped. Zoreen Shaw has the story and how police effected a rescue.
Tonight, police in Riverdale, Utah say they found 17-year-old Kai Zhuang in a snowy camping area about an hour outside Salt Lake City where temperatures dropped to freezing at night. Police say what happened to Zhuang is part of a disturbing criminal trend called cyber kidnapping, and that kidnappers threaten young foreign exchange students and their families, and they demand ransom. Victims are told to isolate themselves and then closely watch through FaceTime calls and or Skype. They're told to send photos of themselves to cyber kidnappers under duress, which are then sent to the parents, making it seem like they're held captive. The victims are told their families will be harmed if they don't comply. Police say Zhuang's parents in China alerted them that he had been kidnapped, leading police to discover that he had bought camping gear. They say after analyzing and assessing bank records, purchases over the last month, cell phone ping records, and the camping incident, they were able to pinpoint where he might have isolated himself. They found him in the Brigham City Canyon area with very little heat and food, but with several phones that were presumed to be used to carry out the cyber kidnapping, and that Zhuang only asked to speak with his family and a warm cheeseburger.
That was ABC's Zoreen Shaw reporting. Now, police say families, especially foreign exchange students, need to be aware. If you think that you are a victim of cyber abduction, you should call your local police department. Of course, don't send money and stop talking to the people who are calling. Now that we're officially into 2024, many people will be working to establish healthy habits in the new year. And the Children's Reading Foundation of the Mid-Columbia is hoping that families will add reading to your list of resolutions. The foundation is challenging the community to read for 20 minutes with a child every day in 2024. In order to support that goal, the Children's Reading Foundation is donating 12 books to 600 local families. Registration for Resolution Read began December 28th. As of early this afternoon, around 144 families have signed up.
If the child has 12 books, today, and they own them and they're theirs and they take ownership and they don't have to give them back to the library. They're not borrowed, they're brand new books. The ownership that the child feels and the motivation inspires them to want to read together.
Well, this challenge has been growing over the past few years. 200 more books will be donated to families compared to last year. Hanford Mission Integration Solutions is once again sponsoring the event and will be labeling and delivering those 7,200 books throughout the month of January. You can register for the challenge at read20minutes.com. We'll talk about a great way to start the new year. You could have a 1 in 292 million chance of winning $810 million in the lottery. Nobody won on Saturday, and in fact, nobody has won the jackpot since October, when a player in California won more than $1 billion. If somebody wins tonight, the cash option would be a payout of about $408 million before taxes. Drawing is coming up tonight at 8. A new year is also a new opportunity for diabetics to get medicine at a consistently lower price. We're going to talk about that coming up. And pet owners in the Yakima area are facing a stark reality after an animal emergency room closed over the weekend. Plus, the first week of 2024 has some possible changes in store. Stacey Lee has your first alert forecast next on Apple Valley News Now at 5.
With friends, there are no secrets.
You have a third nipple?
Julie was in a porno movie! If I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me.
The best way to end your day. Friends, tonight at 11:05 on Apple Valley News Now.
Let's go! Put your hands together for the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't just basketball, people. This is where what just happened happens all the time. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters 2024 World Tour playing Toyota Center January 21st and Yakima Valley Sundome January 22nd. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com/WA for tickets.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Come along as we travel to Priest Lake, Idaho, and meet some folks having fun with sled dogs.
Let's go, let's go!
It's a one-of-a-kind Fly the Northwest adventure you'll never forget.
We also do some racing.
Fly the Northwest, Apple Valley News Now at 6, Tuesday.
Ring in the new year with style at More Furniture's New Year's sale this Monday. We're celebrating all day long with incredible values on furniture and mattresses in time for the new year. Your home deserves a fresh start for 2024, and we've got everything you need during the New Year's sale at More Furniture. Visit your local showroom with special hours this Monday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Welcome back. There is a nationwide shortage of veterinarians, but it is especially prominent in rural areas and in 24-hour animal hospitals. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us that problem is hitting close to home with the closure of a local vet clinic.
Veterinarians are already in short supply in Yakima County, which can make it difficult for people to get an appointment. But now pet owners are losing out on the only place countywide that's dedicated to providing emergency services for pets, weekends and overnight. After 18 years in business, Yakima Pet Emergency Service announced last week that it would be permanently closing at the end of the year due to staffing challenges. The business had already cut back on hours and faced several unexpected closures over the past year when their scheduled veterinarian for the day called in sick. That closure means if you live in Yakima County and your dog, cat, or other pet gets sick or injured outside of regular business hours, you can either wait for your regular vet clinic to open back up again and try to get a last-minute appointment, or travel out of county. The closest place right now to get 24/7 pet care is Mid-Columbia Pet Emergency Services in Pasco. Coming up at 6, how federal lawmakers are working to address the shortage of veterinarians. Plus, what options pet owners have now for emergency care. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Emily. We have a consumer alert tonight. Manufacturers are voluntarily recalling more than 675,000 cans of powdered baby formula for possible bacteria. On Sunday, the FDA warned of possible bacteria contamination in Reckitt Mead Johnson's Nutramigen hypoallergenic powdered infant formula products. That's what they look like there on your screen. While there have been no illnesses reported, the formula did test positive for Chronobacter bacteria, which can cause a rare and potentially deadly infection in newborns. With the new year comes the guarantee of affordable insulin for many Americans with diabetes. Starting today, prices of Sanofi's Lantus are capped at $35 a month for many patients. This is the most prescribed insulin in the country. Last year, the country's two other major insulin producers, Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, both agreed to drop their insulin prices. Approximately 8.5 million Americans do rely on insulin, and as many as a quarter of patients haven't been able to afford their medicine.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And it's a new year, but the weather, same old thing that we've been seeing through the weekend. We've got the foggy conditions, not quite as dense this evening in the Tri-Cities area, but it's been pretty thick around the region. 39 degrees right now on our Legends Casino Skycam. Our feels like temp is 34, winds at 7 miles per hour. Here's that dense fog advisory. It's going to stay in play until noon tomorrow. So we could see some freezing fog, even some patchy black ice on roadways. So we want to take it extra careful. Be careful in these areas overnight tonight with those slick roads. Let's take a look at our big picture. Radar and satellite combined coming in. You see lots of clouds and fog moving in as that next system starts to push this ridge of high pressure out, and then we get a trough of low pressure, and that's going to bring the moisture coming over the next 24 hours or so. Here's where we'll start to see that moisture move in again. We're seeing some snow across the Cascades and the east slopes, and we could even see a little bit of mixed precip in the Yakima area, maybe even a few snowflakes tomorrow afternoon. Now the temperature should remain above average. However, that's a pretty strong system moving through, and we'll see scattered showers down the Yakima Valley I-84 corridor. We're watching for ice or freezing rain in this region as well throughout the day tomorrow along I-84. We'll start to see those showers move into the Columbia Basin and foothills of the Blues overnight Tuesday into early Wednesday morning, and then that will move on to the north, but there's another system coming. So very unsettled weather, and just be prepared. We could see some freezing rain or mixed precip in the next couple of days. So some driving tips. Of course, you want to avoid sudden stops, reduce your speed, avoid driving if at all possible when we see these icy conditions. And if you're sliding, turn your wheels in the same direction. Avoid hills and steep inclines. Temperature wise, we're staying at the average, basically just slightly above in the Tri-Cities. We'll see a little bit of a dip here on Sunday, but those temperatures staying nice and level in the 40s. Staying above the average there in Yakima, well above the average, but dipping down a little as we head into the weekend when we see more unsettled weather coming our way. Temperatures around the region tonight, chilly again and a little bit overcast, foggy out there. We're staying above freezing in Yakima and Sunnyside tonight, but dropping down into the 20s and the freezing level in Ellensburg and Cle Elum. Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities area, most of us staying just above the freezing level except Connell sitting there at 32 degrees. And looking at the foothills of the Blues where we have that dense fog advisory, temperatures there are well below the freezing level, and again could have some slick roads out that way. For tomorrow, look for the morning fog, stray showers mainly in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, but we could see a few of those showers mingle and swing into the area. Look for that dense fog. Planning your day tomorrow, it's going to be foggy in Yakima. You'll see those cloudy skies, and we could see some mixed precip by 4. Tri-Cities, we should start to break up some of that fog, but it still will be gloomy, overcast, and gray for the rest of the afternoon, and then that fog's going to linger just a little bit longer in Walla Walla. Let's take a quick look at that 7-day planning forecast. Look for the fog, mixed precip precip there, a little unsettled Wednesday. We should be dry Thursday. And then as we head into the weekend, look at that, we see more showers coming our direction. Walla Walla and Hermiston also seeing foggy conditions with showers on Wednesday, dry out on Thursday with showers for most of the weekend into next week. So again, think about the black ice and freezing fog tonight and drive safe out there. Stay with us. There's more Apple Valley News now at 5 coming up.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
The back end was in the back seat. There was nothing left of the rear.
Danny was in pain, and the insurance company was giving him the runaround.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company that I didn't have. I felt very comforted. I felt like I was going to be taken care of, that I didn't have to worry about it.
The insurance company couldn't run around me, and Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
Uh-oh, you heard a screech outside at night, but you can't see what it is because there's not enough light. You need the Bionic Floodlight from Bell & Howell, the solar-powered motion-activated multi-directional floodlight that showers a super span of light right where you need it. Simply stake it in the yard or mount it anywhere around your home. The onboard solar panel absorbs the sun all day to energize a flood of light at night. No wires or installation frustration. Watch. The instant motion is detected. The Bionic Floodlight triggers 108 high-intensity LED bulbs on 3 separate panels. That instantly blasts an area of over 1,000 square feet with bright, penetrating light, then automatically shuts off after the motion stops. Each panel is fully adjustable to direct the right light to the right spot. The Bionic Floodlight is the versatile wireless, safety, security, and outdoor lifestyle light you'll love. And it's from Bell & Howell, the brand name your family has trusted for over 100 years. No more arriving to a dark driveway or house at night. Place them in the ground to illuminate walkways and entryways. Add an evening accent light to your garden or mount it to keep unwanted critters away. Adjust the panels to light your deck and your food on the grill at the same time. Add light by the hot tub or pool without dangerous electrical wires. Host the nighttime neighborhood hoops games. And enjoy the great outdoors at night, right out your back door or in the backyard. Move it anywhere for any reason and in any weather in any season. Best of all, it's backed by our exclusive Bell & Howell Bionic 10-year satisfaction guarantee. Get the Bionic Floodlight, and right now, it's yours for just $29.99, and the shipping is free. Order now, and we'll send a second Bionic Floodlight. Just pay a separate fee. And when you call, ask about the contractor's discount on the 4-light family pack. Get your Bionic Floodlight from Bell & Howell right now, and the shipping is free. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-248-8281 or go to BionicFloodlight.com. Again, that's 1-800-248-8281 or order online at BionicFloodlight.com.
Next, E.T. Why am I your favorite? Wow! The stars spilling the E.T. in 2024.
Tell me now.
Good try, E.T. Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Harvard has received an extension to respond to a House committee regarding plagiarism allegations involving its president. Last week, Harvard announced Claudine Gay planned to submit corrections to her 1997 PhD dissertation to correct instances of what she called inadequate citation. Now, the corrections would be on top of ones she issued earlier this month to a pair of articles that she wrote in the 2000s. Harvard has described Gay's corrections as regrettable. University officials found that the matter does not meet the threshold, though, of research misconduct, which would be a punishable offense. The House Education and Workforce Committee has asked Harvard University to provide wide-ranging documents linked to the issue by December 29th, but a committee spokesperson said that Harvard has more time to respond due to the holidays and office closures. Now, it's not too late to set some resolutions for the new year, but research shows that many people have a hard time making those resolutions stick beyond a few weeks. So whether you want to eat better, exercise more, break a bad habit, the first step to keeping your resolutions is to be specific about the goal. Clinical psychologist says that setting a clear path helps manage our expectations.
Our brains love to know the direction that we are going. So instead of saying, I want to exercise more, make a specific goal, such as 20 minutes of walking a day. This is going to make you much more successful in completing this goal.
It's also important to keep your goals realistic. Albers says it's more difficult to stop a behavior than to start a new one. So try adding a healthy habit to your routine instead of focusing on cutting out the bad ones. It can also help set resolutions with others so they can keep you accountable. Now for a look outside at the first evening of our new year. Fairly calm around eastern Washington, but we are talking about the potential for some ice. Stacey Lee has a final look at your first alert forecast next on Apple Valley News Now.
Wishing you a happy new year in 2024.
When you get in a wreck with a big truck, the insurance company shows up right away to get an advantage. Call the heavy hitter right away, and I'll be there to protect you and the evidence because you matter.
Call 853-2222.
With so much at stake, so much on the line, more Americans turn here than any other newscast. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 most watched newscast across all of television.
Here comes Eli Young Band, live in concert.
Crazy girl, don't you know that I love you?
Friday, February 16th, Legends Casino Hotel, Tompanish. Eli Young Band. Buy your tickets now at Ticketmaster and Legends Casino Gift Shop. Don't miss Eli Young Band at Legends Casino Hotel, Tompanish.
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
Does this look familiar? You probably think this is what owning hearing aids would be like. Let me tell you, there's a better way. The Atom by Audien Hearing. The all-new Audien Atom is the world's first wireless charging hearing aid under $100. The Atom comes with an easy-to-use wireless charging dock. Plus, the Atom has a 22% smaller design, so it's nearly invisible when worn in the ear. That's why we have over 250,000 happy customers. Each pair has a 45-day money-back guarantee, so there is zero risk in trying them.
Call 1-800-357-9156. That's 1-800-357-9156. Call 1-800-357-9156 or go to audienhearing.com to get your pair of Audien Atom hearing aids for only $99.
Next Extra, new year, new diet secrets. Oprah only 7 pounds away from her goal, and Kelly Clarkson down 60. How the stars are dropping weight like crazy. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
When you get in a wreck with a big truck, the insurance company shows up right away to get an advantage. Call the heavy hitter right away, and I'll be there to protect you and the evidence because you matter.
Call 853-2222.
Welcome back. A teenager traveling alone over the holidays ended up flying to the wrong destination. The 16-year-old was expecting to go to Cleveland December 22nd to visit his mom, but according to Frontier Airlines, he ended up in Puerto Rico instead. Both the flights were departing from the same gate in Tampa. The teen says the gate worker checked his ticket but didn't scan it, and then he was told he was boarding the right plane. The airline eventually did get the boy to his intended destination, and Frontier Airlines didn't immediately comment on the claim that the ticket wasn't scanned. Stacey, I heard of this happening with a very young child, I think 6 years old as well. So be careful with those plane tickets.
Detour. Make sure it's the right plane. Where are we going?
There's that, but I don't know. Puerto Rico sunshine sounds pretty good right now.
It would. Wouldn't it be nice?
It would.
We're both of us just, can we just see
gray
the
and foggy.
orange globe, please? All right, let's take a look at our 7-day planning forecast. There's that wintry mix. We could see that tomorrow in Yakima. Slight chance of rain Wednesday. Look at Thursday. I see a little bit of sun possible, and then we get right into unsettled weather right through the weekend. Tri-Cities, we've got more fog, cloudy skies Wednesday, possibility possibility of maybe a little bit of sunshine Thursday, and then we head right back into those showers with a potential wintry mix early next week. In Walla Walla, look for the foggy conditions most of the day there tomorrow with showers coming. Wintry mix looks a little more possible in the Walla Walla area Sunday and Monday. So very unsettled. Looks like it's going to be wet. But tonight we want to just be very wary of black ice on the roadways. It is there. It is possible to slip and slide tonight.
We see a lot of that happen.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Stacey. And thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We're back tonight at 6. And you can find the latest anytime on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.